A new hierarchy has developed on Wall Street. Quarterly income has reached record levels throughout 2018, partly as a result of the tax cuts advantages, a decade of the financial crisis, regulatory challenges, and most importantly, new investing tendencies have nevertheless moved power to a handful of prominent asset management organizations. As an increasing number of Americans invest their retirement savings in passive funds, the purchase side has surpassed to the sell side. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at how this company secretly rules the world. Yeah, you heard it right. BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world, with $6.3 trillion of other people's money under its control, thanks to the iShares Index Fund collection that it acquired from Barclays. BlackRock's Aladdin Risk Management System, a software application that can track and analyze trading, oversees $18 trillion in assets for 200 financial institutions, including the Federal Reserve and European central banks. BlackRock is an institutional investor, money manager, private equity firm, and worldwide government partner, all rolled into one. Thanks to its vast financial resources, the BlackRock Transparency Project, an effort of the Campaign for Accountability and Anti-Corruption Watchdog Group, aims to demystify the company's access and influence. Business strategy: BlackRock cultivates tight relationships with governments in order to surpass competitors, so gaining access to unique privileges and avoiding burdensome regulatory requirements. BlackRock has hired at least 84 former government officials, regulators, and central bankers globally since 2004, according to academics. This can rapidly lead to conflicts of interest and government corruption. According to a series of publications published by the BlackRock Transparency Project, this paradigm of intertwined BlackRock government connections is not limited to the United States. BlackRock advised on the formation of Canada's Infrastructure Bank, a public-private partnership that provides low-cost financing for road and bridge construction, and assisted with staffing favorable executives. BlackRock stands to benefit from the bank that it helped establish. The most recent research, obtained exclusively by the Prospect, describes a complex web of links between BlackRock and Enrique Peña Nieto's government in Mexico. This has strengthened BlackRock's aspirations to establish new infrastructure businesses in Mexico. BlackRock has invested in Mexican toll highways, hospitals, gas pipelines, jails, oil exploration companies, and a coal power plant since 2012. Alternative investments such as infrastructure projects generate greater returns than equities and bonds. Operating fees can be up to 3 times than that of the fixed income asset, making them profitable for BlackRock. BlackRock's 2013 annual report includes a section titled "The Infrastructure Opportunity" that described how its vast holdings, particularly pension funds, might help countries modernize and improve their public works. For an infrastructure play to be successful, a willing government partner is required. When Peña Nieto assumed office in Mexico, about half of his stated commitments entailed the use of private financing for infrastructure, including public-private partnerships totaling $590 billion. BlackRock lauded his audacity. In 2013, Fink stated, "Mexico is a phenomenal growth story." Later, he added, "If I were 22 years old and had no idea what I wanted to do, I would relocate to Mexico immediately because I believe the possibility there is enormous." If you were BlackRock, the potential was indeed immense. The company benefited from the controversial privatization of Pemex, the state-owned oil monopoly. BlackRock won $1 billion in Pemex energy projects within 7 months. BlackRock purchased iQuadrada, a scandal-ridden Mexican private equity firm, for $70 million in June 2015. A month later, Pemex awarded 2 significant exploration contracts to Sierra Oil and Gas, a portfolio business of iQuadrada that had never drilled an oil well. Sierra Oil and Gas had been a part of iQuadrada for a year but had never drilled an oil well. Sierra was the only one who bid. In another dubious transaction, Grupo Tradeco repeatedly missed deadlines for constructing a private prison in the state of Coahuila, allegedly wasting 2.5 billion pesos. However, prior to BlackRock's acquisition of the project, Peña Nieto increased prison building costs by 18%. BlackRock acquired a contract to construct a toll road between Toluca and Naucalpan in a third transaction. A month later, President Peña Nieto issued an executive order expropriating 91 acres of land deemed sacred by indigenous communities in order to resolve a legal dispute over the placement of a road through this territory. Clearly, BlackRock benefited from its connections to Mexican government leaders and notables. The son of Carlos Slim, the richest man in Mexico, serves on the board of BlackRock. In 2013, Gerardo Rodriguez Regardosa, the former Undersecretary of Finance for Mexico, became a managing director. director. Isaac Volin, the CEO of BlackRock Mexico, was a national bank regulator before becoming the general manager of a Pemex subsidiary in 2016. P. Nieto himself met with Larry Fink multiple times before and after his election. Additionally, BlackRock took advantage of modifications to Mexican law that permitted asset managers to assume control of Mexican pension funds. By investing hundreds of millions of dollars in pension funds in its Mexican infrastructure business, BlackRock places Mexico's state and municipal governments in an untenable position, according to Josh Rosner, a co-author of the paper and advisor to the BlackRock Transparency Project. If a BlackRock-owned infrastructure project becomes a road to nowhere and the government wants to stop funding it, BlackRock can't put the official in a bind by saying you're placing a loss on pensioners, says Rosner. This would force a public official to choose between wasting public funds and the possibility of losing political support. This arrangement almost ensures potential conflicts of interest and malfeasance inside the enterprises. BlackRock's spending binge in Mexico could be jeopardized if the leftist Andrés Manuel López Obrador is elected president of Mexico in July. AMLO, as he's commonly known, highlighted the Pemex agreement with Sierra Oil and Gas, referring to BlackRock on Facebook as the white-collar financial mafia. AMLO's handpicked energy minister, Rocco Ronaldo Garza, has demanded the expulsion of Volin from Pemex, citing marked bias for BlackRock. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.